Hello everyone, Minky here with the next episode of Let's Play Pokémon Gen 2 AEFE. Today I figured I'd take on the 6th gym of the Kanto region, or the 2nd gym for us in this Let's Play. And I'm going to tackle it the way I usually do, where I go through all the trainers and whatnot, and you know, I've not got a path for this unfortunately to find out who's got who, though, but because the warp panels still operate in this gym, if you will, so obviously like any of the warp panels, they still operate. I don't know if they're the exact same. I feel like they might be actually, I'm not entirely sure because I can't remember, but I did do a guide for these like way back, and when I say a guide I mean like I did like a guide for like if you wanted to just go straight to the gym leader, if you wanted to go straight to Sabrina, here you go, you know. Fortunately that does take you, well, in this case it does take you to 3 of those trainers. So as soon as we've taken on that, well, there's only 4 trainers and Sabrina in this gym at the moment, so as soon as we get that 4th trainer we can then just probably, I can probably just then, you know, skip, if you will. In fact, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to look for that trainer. Here we go. Yeah, this is definitely the trainer we need. And I'm doing it like this because what I usually do is I pick either horizontal or vertical, right? And I'll just always pick the opposite one to that, if you will, if that makes sense. So like I was just doing, I was always going up and down. I wasn't ever going to go left or right, because that's how you get lost, like just walking aimlessly in a place like this. So that's my strategy for taking on this gym when I don't have a guide. Just go the longest route possible. Yeah, it takes ages, but it's one way then. You don't have to worry about it then. So like right now I'm going vertically, so I can't go left or right. Obviously I can go left or right for the trainers and whatnot when I need to, but like obviously at the end of the day it's like, yeah, take the path you need. Like take a simple path. You know, it's one of those things where it's like people get lost by just walking aimlessly and with no real like guide or plan, if you will. Not even a guide, just like no plan of action, if you will. Just no sort of thought, if you will, put into it, if you will, for lack of a better word. Like that's probably the wrong word, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know, like they'll just walk aimlessly into it, if you will, like and hope for the best. You know, which I mean that can kind of work when you're tackling a new dungeon and whatnot. You know, it's not a bad strategy. It's just not a good strategy, I think, at the end of the day. Especially when you've done this before, when you've tackled the dungeon before or whatever you're tackling. You know, it's just a simple matter of like, you know, take it at a snail's pace, if you will, for lack of a better word, and think about it, if you will, if that makes sense. Right, so the guide I have tells me to go here. Great, yeah, he's blocked my path. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a guide. I didn't make a guide to get all 4 trainers in this game. I only got 3 of them. So that's why I went out of my way to go get the other one first, and then got on the path. But otherwise, you know, this is the path, and I will link my guide to it down below as well. I made a tweet about it like ages ago, you know. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll put it up on the screen as well. You know, I'll see about putting it up there and showing off, like, you know, just to show off the guide. Like I said, I missed out that 4th trainer, but I wasn't really thinking about that back then. I don't know why I wasn't, but I mean, if anything, I guess the way I was thinking of it was, the way I would think it is, I would just tackle it the way I normally tackle it, where I do a horizontal vertical strategy, and then like, I'll get to Sabrina, and then okay, now I've beaten Sabrina, now I need to get out, here's a guide to get out, kind of thing. That's probably what I was thinking. So, I will make sure to look into making a better guide in the future, if you will. I'll try and make a guide that involves all the trainers as well, because sometimes you do want to battle the trainers as well. I think I battled you. And yeah, that's all there is to it. I think that was 4 warps, right? 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 4 warps. So yeah, I'm going to swap out Houndoom now, because I don't want to sweep her team just like that. 3 years ago she had a vision of us. Wow. Why is it? It's so weird, because like 3 years ago you had a vision, like, I mean, I get it's obviously a reference to a psychic powers and whatnot, you know, I'm not going to deny that or anything, but like at the same time, you know, it's like, yeah, 3 years ago, what happened 3 years ago? You know, I mean, it was less than 3 years ago when I took her on in Gen 1 AEFE, you know, but then at the same time I didn't even do the battle on screen, so, you know, which that was the point, if you will. Like, obviously I couldn't take on Sabrina in Gen 1 AEFE because AEFEs are for the post game. You know, I'm not doing the main game, I'm doing the post game, so, you know, which Kanto is the post game for Gen 2, so that's why, you know. But yeah, like I said, I'll make a guide for it. I'll definitely make a guide for, you know, for this gym in the future. I don't know. I can't really promise it anytime soon because I mean November is pretty busy for me as it is, and yeah, bear in mind this is being recorded on the 19th of November, by the way. So obviously, you know, I'm obviously a bit, you know, short on time for the most part, but you know, like I definitely want to do a guide on that because that's definitely something interesting, I think. You know, definitely something I want to look into making because, like I said, you know, I didn't really take into consideration the fact that people just want to go straight for it, if you will, you know, like, and, you know, nowadays I think, yeah, I probably should include the 4th trainer, you know, especially since there's more for me to do now as well, because back then, back when I did this, I didn't do the map for Let's Go with Pikachu and Eevee, which, by the way, there is 3 other maps here as well, which I will count that as a spoiler because I'm linking to it and whatnot, and I'm mentioning the gym and whatnot, so I will count that as a spoiler, hence why it's there at the beginning, even if I don't say anything else about the games. But yeah, that's still something, if you will. What? The one attack I should have used Earthquake. Yeah, sorry, okay, maybe that was me getting a bit too cocky, to be fair. That was my bad there. But yeah, I definitely want to do a guide on this in the future. Like I said, I can't promise. I mean, maybe, this is going up in January anyway, so maybe I'll actually get something done by then anyway. You know? Yeah, maybe it'll be done by then, who knows. No promises, but, you know, maybe, you know. Well, there goes Riot Blue, there goes me not using Doomsday. Oh well. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be this powerful. No, I guess she is Psychic type, maybe she should be at least something decent. But yeah, that's gym number 1, gym number 6, 4, whatever number you want to count it as. Your power, it far exceeds what I foresaw. Maybe it isn't possible to fully predict what the future holds. Okay, you win, you earned yourself Mosh Badge. And no TM. Yeah, by the way, no TM by the way. We didn't get a TM from LT Surge either. Yeah. So obviously as well the guide does work backwards as well, which is really nice. Just gotta be careful not to walk into the wrong warp panel. And yeah, let me go heal up, 'cause I don't want to keep these two fainted. And but yeah, like I said, I've got to make a guide. No promises anytime soon. I think that's it. I can't really say anything more on the matter at the moment. I mean, maybe I'll. I mean, hopefully I'll remember to come back to this video and link the new guide, if you will, to this video, because you know it's. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. That's something, you know. And yeah, let's get back to our usual spot of hiding out. Alright, I will see you in silver then. Alright, hey everyone, just a quick little thing that I thought I want to just kind of interject into today's episode. So, I'm recording this on the 21st, I'm finally editing it, like 2 days later, and so I've done the maps, right? I've done like proper maps. Here they are. I'll obviously put them up on screen proper for you to see, and if you want to use them or whatnot. There's actually two. I actually have two, as you can see. One is the shortest amount of warps, or the fewest amount of warps for you to take, which I don't really know why I did that, but hey, it's something, if you will. And the other is the fewest amount of steps, which that does matter, because if you're trying to be a bit careful with any eggs you might have, or if I mean, obviously longest, you know, steps is obviously just take the most of, you know, go vertical or horizontal, but I'm thinking like the fewest amount of steps is for, like, you know, if you've got poisoned or something, you know, something like that, and you're trying to be careful of that. I will try and do one for all trainers as well, and I think as well in generations 1 through 4, you know, particularly red, blue and yellow, gold, silver, crystal, fire red, leaf green, and hot gold, soul, silver, I think the map is the exact same as well, like just completely the exact same. So you could take the exact same path in all 4 games and it would be exactly the same sort of thing. At least that's what I'm understanding from Wikipedia, by the way, which I'll link down below as well. But yeah, I figured I'd show this off, and then I'll see about making a map for all the trains as well, which that's obviously going to be different for, at least a little different, at least between the Johto games and the Kanto games, so, you know. But yeah, just wanted to show it off and just let you know about it and whatnot. And time for silver. So yeah, same thing. This time I'll show off my strategy of taking it on horizontally or vertically, just to show it off. You know, either way works as well. By the way, you can do it horizontally or vertically. You just got to stick to whatever one you choose, all the way through. Because then if you start, you know, mixing it up, then you could easily get lost. So you want to be careful about that. But otherwise, you know, it's not bad. But yeah, it's I don't know, what is it? Yeah, like I said, it's the same with Silphco and stuff. You know, it's stuff like that. You know, when it's a dungeon or whatever. You know, you just don't let it get you. You know, you don't let it, you know, confuse you or anything. You just do what you can, if you will. You know, like you take it one step at a time, if you will. You know, so like instead of thinking like, oh, there's so much floors and whatnot, you just tackle it one floor at a time. You know, you can say that about many different dungeons as well, like not just Silphco but other dungeons as well. You know, just take it at a slow and steady pace. Don't let it overwhelm you. And they get much easier, which I get, like, obviously as kids, you think like, yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, because obviously, like, at the end of the day, it's like, because, well, I mean, it's when you're kids, you know, you're not thinking as clearer, if you will, if that makes sense, you know what I mean, you're not But later on, this is not going to explain. But like later on, you can think clearer, you can think better about it and whatnot, and you start learning these strats and whatnot of ways to tackle it, if you will. Like you learn like maybe speedrun strats, or you learn, you know, just an easy way of remembering it. You know, maybe you remember like specifically, oh, it's on floor, I think it's floor 5 that you get the key in Self-Co. So you just remember, okay, floor 5. That's all I need to know. Just go to floor 5, get the key, and then I'll continue on as normal. You know? Because that's another thing, is that sometimes people want to get the key first in Self-Co, the card key, to get through the dungeon quicker. Yeah, not through the, not quicker, but like like what I'll do is I'll get the key, the card key, and then I'll go back down to floor 2 and start tackling it proper. And you know, then they only have to go through it effectively once, you know, once in a little bit, you know, as opposed to go through the first 5 floors once twice each, because you go through it without the card key, and then you go through it with the card key again, you know. So that's another thing, that's another nice little tip, if you will, you know, like in something like that, you get the card key first, you know, that kind of thing, you know. So yeah, that's nice little tip for you right there. It's obviously just in a case like that, just get the item and then start proper. You know, take it out bit by bit. You know, not that I hope not many people need to hear that, but at the same time, you know, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, sometimes you just need a good tip. You know, sometimes you just need a good pointer, if you will. That kind of thing. This is also where we start repeating ourselves as well, by the way, because yeah, this goes through all of the squares, by the way. This horizontal. Whoa, that was weird. This horizontal / vertical strategy of mine does go through all the rooms effectively twice. Because obviously there's like 4 warp panels and you're picking 2 of them every single time. Well, not picking 2 of them, but like you're picking 1 of them to go through and you come in for another one. So obviously that's what it is. It's like it's 2 pairs of 2, you know. And there's no like dead ends. Like they all lead to the end. You're like, they definitely lead to the end. Like regardless, like you can't. You know what I mean? You know, and it's definitely like, it's not like it loops. It doesn't loop at all. As long as you stick to the same axis, you know, either horizontal or vertical, then you are sure to get through it all to Sabrina. And it works both ways, horizontal and vertical. And yeah, we're pretty much done with the gym. Just need to get to Sabrina now. There we go. I do, yeah, 3 years ago. It's only a moment ago. 6 years have passed since Gen 1 AEFE. Yeah, that's, I've been playing, speaking of Let's Go, I've been kind of playing it recently. Because you do actually get to rebound the gym leaders in that game as well. Which I kind of expected, to be fair, because it's like, it's Let's Go, you know, it was Pokemon Emerald that started allowing you to rematch the gym leaders. And, you know, and so I would expect that Let's Go would allow you to rematch them as well. And, like, you know, obviously, like, and they say stuff sometimes that references other stuff, you know, like references other games, like Sabrina says, like, oh, I predict that in 3 years' time I'm gonna meet someone just like you, you know, or obviously referring to the Johto character, you know, or Koga will say like, oh, the league sounds intriguing, maybe I'll join it, or something like that, you know. So they'll say stuff like that. You know, and it's kind of interesting, you know, when you think about it, because it's like, I mean, it's kind of predictable, obviously, because like, yeah, of course, in Let's Go, they know what they're gonna do now. They know how to reference it without like causing anything of a how you say, you know, a time paradox, a contradiction. That's what it is. You know, so that's they know they can do that, if you will. They know they can do that. I mean, obviously, there is some things as well that they kind of contradict, if you will, in a way. What? Someone actually used Baton Pass? That might have been the first time someone used that against me in a non-competitive battle. Wow. Okay, wow. Your physical defense is... I mean, maybe my physical attack is just not that good. It can't be though, can it? I mean, it's not bad. How is it that bad that I'm not... I don't know, man. I mean, I guess barrier just ups your physical defense just that much. I didn't say it went way up, I wasn't paying attention. Because I don't know if it went up by 1 stat or by 2. But yeah, it isn't... Oh, why did I use Spark, actually? That's a special move. Never mind. I actually actually did a good move there. But yeah, I mean, like, in Let's Go, they do some stuff like... what's it called? Like, I know there's some theories in Generation 1, like how there was, like, you know, Blue took over the, like, he joined Team Rocket. I know there was that theory from Generation 1. And I know there was also, like, you know, like the Kangaskhan baby is like a Cubone, that theory as well. And and in Let's Go, they kind of deny it, if you will, if that makes sense. Like they'll do stuff like that doesn't make sense if those theories were true, if you will. So, for example, Giovanni will say like, "Oh, why do we want a ghost type? That doesn't. I don't care about getting a ghost type." You know, when obviously a ghost type would obviously help catch Mewtwo, kind of thing. That's another theory. It's like Team Rocket was actually good. They were trying to stop Mewtwo. You know, something like that. That kind of thing. You know, where it's like, you know what I mean? You know that, or like, I know obviously with Kangaskhan, there's Mega Kangaskhan where the mother Kangaskhan doesn't actually change at all, but the baby does, which kind of makes no sense. Because why would the baby be able to Mega Evolve like that? But anyway, but you know, it's but now that I think about it today, like, this day, I feel like, yeah, okay, maybe. I mean, at the same time though, you've got Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that say like, they'll say like, oh, there's multiple timelines, multiple different universes, if you will, like, you know, that can deal with stuff differently, if you will, or whatever, you know, stuff like, maybe there's a universe where Team Magma takes over, and a universe where Team Aqua takes over instead, you know what I mean? You're like, obviously they're referring to, like, each other's game, if you will, kind of thing. Which, you know, obviously, you know, that could work, you know, I feel like that can work still. So the theory of, like, you know, the rival joining Team Rocket in Generation 1, I feel like that can still work. There's also, like, obviously there's other theories that they've flat out denied, and which, it's a shame. I really dislike that when they deny theories and whatnot, when they flat out say, no, it's not true, you know, because it's like, I mean, okay, at least say it like, in your headcanon, not headcanon because it's the actual people, but you know what I mean, you know, it's in your thing, in your world, it's not that way or whatever. Anyway, moving on to Crystal. And it's now time for Crystal. But yeah, as I was saying, like, it's such a shame because, like, people do put like genuine thought into their theories and whatnot usually, to the point where it's like, yeah, that does make sense for it to be like that when you look at it, you know. And it's always a shame when the developers come out and say no, that theory is just no, you know. Which I'm not having a go. At the end of the day, it's their stuff, you know. It's their game. It's their, you know. So if it's not true, then it's not true. If they want to deny it, then, you know, deny it. If you know what I mean. You know, it's just I think it's just kind of a shame, you know, to not, because it's a theory. You know, it's a theory at the end of the day. You know, like a theory is something that's not confirmed to be true, basically, right? So like if I had a theory, this theory of, you know, the rival joining Team Rocket. You know, you can choose to believe it if you want to, or you can choose to not believe it, because it's a theory. It's not confirmed to be true, but it's also not confirmed to be false. You know, that's the whole idea, right? So the fact that if I wanted to believe, you know, that the rival joins Team Rocket, then I kind of should be allowed to, you know, choose to think like that, you know what I mean, you know, and it's not harming anyone else's experience with the game. It's not, you know what I mean. It's just, it's just one of those things, you know. It's, you know, it's, I don't know. I feel like I explained it well enough, but you know what I mean. You know, it's anyway. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to do vertical this time around as well, just to show that it does kind of work, if you will. I think I said that anyway. Pretty sure I did. My random ramblings. My randomlings. And so, yeah, it's, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a short episode as well, because we take on the gym pretty quickly. Yeah, it's gonna be less than 40 minutes probably. But yeah, it's I don't know. Again, I don't really have any topics. I didn't really think to get any today, to be honest. Yeah, and because it's actually been a few days since I've recorded actually, and like, I mean like a genuine few days, because I have been busy. Like, I've got some things that I've got to get sorted, you know, before I run out of time, you know, for it, because it is kind of like a timed event, if you will, and I want to make sure I get them done, you know, before I no longer have a chance to do them. So, you know, I want to focus on those, but at the same time I want to focus on this and get these 3 Let's Plays out and, you know, continue doing them and whatnot. Like I said, I've got a schedule to upkeep, and at the minute, I'm probably a little behind, to be honest. I mean, I kind of am, because, like, it's the 9th, so, okay, so obviously, like, no, I am, I definitely am, because it's the 19th, and this is episode 6. Where I should have the 6th video done in all 3 Let's Plays, which the Gen 2 trailer doesn't count towards that. So obviously, this Let's Play only has 5 videos, not 6. Are you serious? I think she moved on the last frame. But yeah, this is the 6th video for it. So obviously, I'm a little behind now. You know, but the other 2 Let's Plays though, Ocarina Time Free Art Run and M1 Nuzlocke, both of those currently, as I speak right now, both of those have 6 videos done for them already, like even edited, and I've even recorded part 7 of Ocarina Time Free Art Run, which I've still got to edit as well. And you know that, and this 3-day section, 19th, 20th, 20th, 21, that's going to be the 7th. That's the 7th. Part, you know, 7 videos, so I've got to obviously get those done soon, you know. So that's something as well that I've got to focus on. Hey, slow move, headbutt, nice. That's really cool, that is, that they've got a slow-mo headbutt. If you know who I'm referring to, I don't know, comment and I'll love your post, I guess? I don't know. Who is this? Okay, it's this person. I would have predicted she would... Anyway. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna focus on this stuff because it's like, yeah, it's been busy. Been a busy set of weeks. It's been a busy November. Well, yeah, it has been weeks. It's been multiple weeks. It's been 3 weeks nearly. Because it's November. November's pretty busy for me this month, this year. 3 years again. Wow, what's been 9 years? But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, the 3 Let's Players. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to record Gen 2. I'm probably going to record the next episode of this Let's Play shortly after this part, because I just might as well. You know what I mean? I might as well just record it because. Nah, they waste them. But yeah, I might as well record it because, like I said, I've got to get. I mean, this is episode 6. I've got to get episode 7 done during this section. So you know, that's something I got to do. Jeez, she gets a crit. Wow, man. Jeez. Lower my special defense while you're at it, man. Oh well. I don't know. That's another thing. I didn't know when I took on Sabrina, to be honest. I probably took her on straight away. You know, like obviously, because like when you get here, you always got to go north. That's the only way you've got. Wow, 2 HP left. But yeah, that's the way you've got to go. So, and that leads to Saffron City, which obviously gets you here. You know, so maybe I'd take on the gym. You know, that's probably what I did. I don't know though, to be honest. Because then after this, after you've been here, you've got 3 choices of either going to Cerulean City and taking on Misty, going to Celadon City and taking on Erica, or going you know, to Lavender Town and taking on no one, you know, because there's no gym there. You know, and well, I mean, obviously, like, you need to, like, obviously get yourself some. You need to unlock those areas anyway. But I can't remember, to be honest, how I took on this game before, you know, as a kid or anything. I can't remember all that much. I can remember some bits and pieces. Like, obviously, like, I would always take on LT Search when I get here, and maybe I take on Sabrina next, like, straight away. And then I can remember probably one other thing that I won't mention yet because because we're going to go over it later anyway, so there's no point in spilling the beans now. You know, it's that kind of thing. You know, but that's the thing. I only remember those 3 things really. Well, 2.5 things, because I'm not even sure about when I took on Sabrina, so. You'll be celebrated as a champion. I think, to be honest, I think the Gen 2 champion is probably the least celebrated of the bunch. I mean, like, obviously, you know, Red is the first one, right? Then, I mean, Gen 3 might be the least celebrated too, but they've got a Battle Frontier, so that's kind of there. Yeah, I don't know about that one, to be honest. I don't know, just random rambling, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, wow, kind of a short episode, but hey, it's something, right? Stuck in the gym, so there's that at least. Oh hey, it's the 6th gym and 6th episode. I totally didn't plan that, by the way. No, not at all. No. Not it wouldn't be me. No, not me whatsoever. No, of course not. Never ever. Oh, by the way, before I do actually end off though, I've got this to show off. So hang on, let me just make sure I did a save state because I don't want to lose my save. I did. Okay, cool. Alright, so now between recording this episode and recording last episode, I do my rounds in the Johto region where I collect all the berries and whatnot, right? And Joey battled me, yeah, and as he does, and he loses to me as he does because while he may have the top percentage Rattata, or Raticate now, by the way, I have more of I'm a top percentage Minky, so I obviously win, just for being. and then he gave me this text. He says like, "And the end of loss, I no doubt you're about it. You're tough. Been meeting this often. Actually, it feels good now." What? I didn't read this before. Here, take this. Use it to get even tougher. That will toughen me up too. I mean, okay, if you say so. We will never get the urge to battle. Let's see what Anthony has to say. The other day I was watching my Machamp eat some berries. Well, you have Machokes now! Well, you just have Machamps. Which, by the way, that's another thing, I'll go over that in a second. It looked like Machamp was enjoying the meal, so I decided to try some. I'm not sure if people should eat that stuff, but it was delicious. Lately I've been running across wild Hoppip quite often. They're usually taken care of. How? Hoppip hasn't. I mean, I guess they're not really got any fighting moves. Well, or flying moves, I mean, I should say. But yeah, Anthony. Speaking of Anthony, there is a theory about him. I can't remember where I saw this, so I do apologise if this was just a small theory and I'm taking this from someone, which I'm not trying to take credit for, obviously. But someone did have a theory on Anthony that, like, his teams, his rematch teams, he has a Machamp before he has a Machoke on his team. And someone theorized that his Machamp was a result of the radio waves that evolved that, that Magikarp into that shiny Gyarados. So, and Anthony thought, and the reason why Anthony swaps his Machamp out for Machoke later on is because that Machamp was affected by the radio waves to such a negative degree that he thought, okay, I'm going to put Machamp away, I'm going to not abandon the Machamp obviously, but just put him somewhere where it's like, where they can rest easy, if you will, or something, you know what I mean, you get some help or whatever, you know what I mean, and, he replaced Machamp in his team just so he'd still have his Machoke and whatnot, keep up appearances or something, or whatever, not in any sort of like mean-spirited way, of course, just, just like trying to take care of this Pokemon, and like obviously, yeah, it'd be nice to assume that if the Machamp did sort of calm down and do good again, that Anthony would add the Machamp back to his team, that kind of thing. But yeah, that was a cool little theory. I thought that was pretty cool. The only issue is that I think he has his Machamp team before the radio waves start, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe you can make like a few shenanigans here or there and make it work or something, That's the nice thing as well, it's like about theories is that whenever like whenever you come up with a theory, you're gonna get people who think, what about this, what about that, and at the end of the day it's like, that's a fair point, it's not a point, and yeah, it's a point against the theory, but it's not like a case of like, like that means that the theory is wrong because I found one point that denies it. It's just a case of like, okay, well maybe here's a bit of explanation for that bit, and here's a bit of explanation for that bit. That kind of thing. Where you just add to the theory, if you will. I guess that maybe overlaps with the idea of headcanon though, but I don't know, that's just an interesting thought or whatever, so, you know. But yeah, it's theories and whatnot in it. It's that kind of thing. They're supposed to just be for fun, you know. They're not trying to be horrible or anything by coming up with these theories and whatnot. So it's a really nice thing, and you know, anyway. All right, well that's it from me today. So wow, I actually managed to bump it up to 40 minutes again. That was completely unintentional. I was really getting into the sort of hyper theories, if you will. I do like theories sometimes. They're pretty neat sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really minky day.